Hi there, it's Jennifer. An awesome friend of mine, Julie Ebersol, is having a birthday, and to celebrate, we're creating some cards for her. So I'm combining some die cuts and glitter together to create a fun card for her with the perfect greeting. Awesome, because she's an awesome girl. And if you look closely behind these die cuts, you'll see some colored glitter shining through. So I'm going to show you the techniques that I used here. The die that I used to create all these little circles, this is an awesome die. It's from Memory Box. It's called the Large Circle Burst. I'm just going to take it and use some washi tape to hold it in place on a piece of Nina White cardstock. Now this die cuts beautifully. I used a metal adapter shim, which is sold by Memory Box, which helps with intricate dies. I used it here as I ran it through my Big Shot, but you really don't need to use this adapter because I actually tested it without and it worked just fine. And this die will work with any of your die cut machines. So I'm just going to run it through. Now, when I'm done with this, I'll have all these perfect little circles, which behind it I'll put some glitter. Now this die does come in a smaller size. There's a smaller circle burst, that one on the right there. So you have two options. Now I needed to cut a piece of double-sided tape that was slightly bigger than this die cut so I can put it behind and covered with glitter. So I'm just holding the die on top of this double-sided tape it's called Be Creative double-sided tape, and this is what will hold my glitter. So I'm going to put the glitter just behind the circles. I don't want to waste the glitter, so I just want it behind the circles. So what I'm going to do is take the release paper off of my cut circle here, and I'm going to hold it on the back of my paper. So the sticky side is up, so I'm just holding it there so I know where to position it. Sorry, my son wanted to see how sticky it was there. I'm just going to hold it there, and then I'm just going to put this right down on my card, nice and centered. So I'll just put this down, and then I can remove that top piece. And then I know that I have my sticky tape behind all of those open circles. So I'm just going to rub this on good. Now you could use any glitter for this, but I have two favorites. One is the Glitter Ritz glitter, which I'm using here, and I also like the Ranger's new line of really fine glitter. After I've released this paper, taken off the paper here, I'm using this Glitter Ritz. It's the Cool Highlights, which is just a nice sparkle shine without much color to it. So I'm going to color this myself in a little bit. So I'm just going to put down an even coat. You could, get creative and put different colors of glitter down, but it's easier just to do this and then color it yourself. So I'm going to rub this on gently, and the next thing you do with the Glitter Ritz is you take a bone folder, which I can't find mine, so I'm just using this tool instead, and you burnish it on, and this will hold it in place really well and also give it kind of a velvety look. After this, I'm just going to brush off the excess, and then I don't have to worry about this glitter ending up all over the place. It's all will stay very well after you've burnished it. Now for that little awesome greeting in the center, I'm using Hero Art's Bubblegum Shadow Ink. Any ink would work with this, and an awesome stamp set from Technique Tuesday. I love this awesome stamp set. I'm going to stamp it in the center of a die cut that I've cut from this My Favorite Things circle stacks. It fits nicely into that circle, and then I'm going to put this over the center of this die window that I've created. Now I just want to talk a minute about circle dies. I really like that circle set from My Favorite Things. It's got a bunch of different sizes in it, and they're really high quality dies, and so it creates great die cuts for your projects. There is one other set that I like to use. There are a bunch of different circle dies out there, but I like that one from My Favorite Things, and also this one from Sizzix. It cuts a few different size circles, and I like this one because the cutting edge on this die is on the inside edge. So you can put it over an image and know exactly where it's going to cut, whereas the My Favorite Things is on the outside edge. But you want to be careful with that when you're doing this. You want to make sure you've got the right die for your project. But I do like those two circle sets. Okay, so back to the glitter on this project. I want to make sure that I get the different colors of glitter behind the circles. And so I'm just testing out some different Copic markers here. If you don't have Copic markers, you can use other markers, or Sharpies work great for this too. I'm just testing out the colors in the center here because I know that awesome piece will cover it up. So now that I have my colors picked out, I'm just going to lay this top piece over the card, and I'm going to just trace the circle so I know where I can start my coloring of the glitter. So I'm just going to trace it lightly onto the glitter, and actually will shows up quite nice. You can see all my testing there. It's going to be hidden. And I'm going to take this lighter colored gray color. I think it's T3 or T5, and I'm just going to color along this circle so that this shows through on the opening around the awesome circle that I've cut. So it just looks like a silver glitter, and this is a great way of just coloring the glitter to be any color you want, and that way you don't have to invest in a bunch of different colors of glitter. Now I have that ring of silver looking glitter that goes around the awesome piece. Next, it's time to color some of the glitter behind the first ring of circles outside of that. And I'm going to use a darker gray for this. I think it's a T5 marker. The first one was T3. And I'm just going to put little dots along each of the holes so I know where to go back and color these. Instead of just going blind and coloring it and hoping that I just got behind those dots only, I'm going to just go ahead and do this. It just is a little guide for me. So now that I have those dots, I'm just going to go through and color all along to cover those up so that when the circles are above it, it shows through. Now, people have asked me if this coloring this glitter hurts the tips of your Copic markers. Copic markers are very durable, and I haven't had any problems with it damaging the tip of my marker. But you can also dab it on there to get the color on there if you are afraid of hurting the tips of your marker. But I haven't had any problems myself. So now I'm going to go through the next round of dots and do this one with the black Copic marker. So I've colored the ring with the black Copic marker so that the next circle shows the black, and then I'm going to finish it off with pink on the outside. So this is RV55. Now again, if you don't have these markers, you could use Sharpie markers for this or other kind of markers. They don't dry as well, but if you heat it with the heat gun, you should be okay. So there you can see the different colors of glitter shining through the holes. Now I wanted to show you there's two ways you could put this piece on the top here. One is to cover the back with foam dots, and then I also got some of these clear foam dots to put around the little circles. I didn't want you to be able to see the white foam dots when this is raised, so I'm putting some of the clear around here. I originally thought I would do this and end up with it all raised up above the glitter. But then I decided that when you raise it up, it was hard to see that pink bit of glitter shining behind those little circles. It's kind of because the shadow kind of takes away from the pink. So I decided to totally change my game plan here and instead glue it down flat. So first I'm going to pop up my awesome greeting there in the center with some foam dots, and I'm going to change the plan here. So I'm going to go ahead and take off all of those foam dots, and I actually changed the plan even a little more. I decided to cut my card apart and put it on a gray card. So that's what you see there. But it looks kind of tacky there, but it's all going to be covered by this piece, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just putting regular glue on the back of this piece and gluing it flat down, and I think that shows the glitter better. And I like that charcoal gray showing around the edge. It's a Hero Arts charcoal gray note card. So I just wanted to show you the little change of plans that I had there. Sometimes those things happen. And there you have it, a fun die cut and glitter technique. Happy birthday, Julie. I love you, and I hope it's a great day. If you have questions, please visit my blog at jennifermaguireinc.com.